Hello Libra, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm so excited to be doing these readings today. I'm just so happy, honestly. But yeah, so today's a big week for us. I mean, we have this Cancer new moon, we have eclipse season starting this week. A lot of stuff is going on. So we have to be very patient and try to stay as balanced as we can. Okay? So today we're going to be going over what you should be expecting for the week of July 1st. This is going to apply to tropical, sidereal, and progressed Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can find all of that information on astro.com if you don't know any about that. Yeah, I'm really excited. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at sinfulpluto.com. Make sure to read the listing description of each listing because that has most, if not all of the information, that you need. And if you like this video, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your feedback and your experience. And if it doesn't resonate now, check back in with me in a week to see how everything turns out, okay? And I would love it for you if you could like, share, comment, subscribe, maybe even turn on the little bell notification if you want to, if you desire. And you can also find me on social media if you would like on Twitter and Instagram at sinfulpluto. I'm a lot more active on Twitter, so... But I think that's it. So let's just go ahead and get into your energy, Libra. What should you be expecting for this week? What's in store for you the week of July 1st? What's in store for Libra the week of July 1st? By the way, I am using the Spellcasters Tarot if you are interested. What's in store for Libra? What's in store for Libra the week of July 1st? Oops, Seven of Swords reversed. Okay. Eight of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Justice reversed. Queen of Cups reversed. I'll leave it at that for now. Actually, the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands reversed and the Tower reversed, and then under that is the King of Pentacles. So, let's get started. So, Seven of Swords reversed immediately shows me, I'm getting an image of someone or someone not wanting to walk away from a comfortable life or something that is familiar to them or something that is safe to them. It's not necessarily comfortable, but it's safe. That's what it is. It's safety. Not really wanting to walk away from safety, not really wanting to go into the darkness. Because, I mean, if you look upright, we see someone taking all of their weapons, or leaving one behind, but taking their weapons and going into the mountains in the storm alone and leaving, their companion dog or wolf or whatever, right? So reverse, this to me is like an unwillingness or an inability to walk into the dark. Maybe there is a lack of faith. Or, maybe there is a fear that if you walk into the dark, you won't be able to find your way back, right? Eight of Swords. Feeling mentally trapped, feeling isolated. This, to me, signifies, like, you're too scared to take that leap of faith. You're too scared to make the decision to walk away from what is safe to you, and even though it might not be the most comfortable thing, and even though you're maybe not even happy from it, you're staying because you know that it's safe and that, it's comfortable and you know what to expect. This to me is a little bit of a fear of the unexpected. This to me can also be like an unwillingness to walk away from a person or from a certain situation that is very comfortable to you. And there's a sort of anxiety surrounding this whole situation. And I feel that in your mind, you see the situation or the way that you are kind of justifying maybe staying in this situation or with this person or at this job or whatever this is, take it how it resonates. But the reason why you're kind of staying is because you think that I've worked so hard for this. I don't want to leave behind everything that I've worked for. I don't want to leave behind the gold. I don't want to leave behind my companion. I don't want to leave behind my work, you know? And there's this kind of asking of like, have I really spent all of this time working for nothing, you know? Have I really wasted my time trying to work everything out when in reality it would just never work, right? And justice is reversed. So this to me is like, things kind of aren't on your side, or, you know, karma or fate really isn't on your side. It's not necessarily working in your favor, or you might feel as though it's not working in your favor. This can also be that Libra, because I mean, this is your card, you know, your card is coming through. So maybe that some of you aren't seeing things from an objective manner because you're letting really anxiety-ridden thoughts get in the way of that. And, you know, no shame in that, you know, no judgment at all. I completely understand you. You know, our mind is so powerful and we really convince ourselves of certain things, but it could be that you're just not looking at things from a rational or logical or objective point of view. I feel like some of you just might be looking at things with a sort of bias, which could be holding you back. And then we have the Queen of Cups reversed. You could be dealing with a water sign, or this could just be your energy where, you know, your emotions are clouding your judgment. Your emotions are clouding the way that you make a decision, the way that you handle a situation, and the decisions that you make. It could be that. I feel as though I'm hearing being left in the dark. Maybe some of you are scared of being left in the dark, or just scared that things won't go your way, or just scared to, like I said, to take that leap of faith, to walk away from that comfortability. With the Seven of Swords, what I notice is that there's a sword, kind of like, you know, he's leaving behind a sword, or he forgot a sword, right? And this to me kind of signifies like, you know, I'm taking the stuff, but I want you to fend for yourself. But with the card reversed, it's like, like I just don't want, like, either leaving everything behind, or just, I don't know, like, there's just a contemplation as to whether or not you want to leave. There's a contemplation as to whether or not this is the right decision. And you're overthinking it, I think. And maybe it feels as though the world is against you. I mean, we have the Seven of Wands reversed. Maybe you feel as though the world is against you and that you're just like on the edge of a cliff and that everyone is just pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. And you don't know what to do. Libra, it can even be that someone has been pushing you for a very long time. Perhaps a water sign, or perhaps another Libra. Maybe someone has been pushing you close to the edge for a very long time, and it's been incredibly discouraging, and you have been resisting fighting back. Tower reversed. You have been resisting fighting back. You have been resisting anything. You know, you've just been taking it and taking it and taking it. But I feel like it's time. I think it's time to kind of just like snap back and show what you're really made out of, and kind of like stop taking so much shit from people. You know, you're not as imprisoned or as helpless as you might think, you know? Perhaps you've convinced yourself that your hands are tied, but you're really not. And with the Seven of Swords reversed, this can also be like a truth is being revealed. Perhaps you are learning the truth about someone who you thought highly of, right? Maybe you thought of them very highly, and maybe you saw them as someone who was very victorious, right? But then you find out that they're really not. And that maybe they are insecure, and maybe that's why you want to stick around, because you want to help them, because you want to be that reliable person for them. You don't want to kind of like repeat some sort of cycle. And I feel like, I mean, again, some of you are feeling really discouraged and, you know, feeling this a lot of like opposition, and you don't know what to do. You don't know like what sort of thing you should do at all. And you're kind of resisting that ultimate moment of falling because it's you don't know what to expect. You don't know if you're going to survive that fall. And that's the Tower reverse. You know, you don't know what to expect from that fall. You don't know you don't know if you're gonna survive that, and you're feeling really anxious about that. And maybe you're like, listen, Eight of Pentacles. Like, there's something that you have been working on for a very long time. Maybe this is in relation to your job, but there's something that you have been working on for a very long time, and you don't want that to completely fall apart. You're scared of that thing falling apart. But here's this. Things fall apart because they don't have a strong foundation. Things fall apart because it wasn't sturdy enough. It wasn't gonna be held up for a long time anyway because the foundation wasn't sturdy. When the Tower is here, that means like that's your opportunity. That's your out to literally wipe everything away, wipe the table clean, wipe the slate clean, and start over. You know, there's nothing wrong with starting over. There's nothing wrong with starting over. So I encourage you, Libra, to look at things from a little bit more of a detached manner. Look at things from the sense of, you know, karma, I guess you could say, or fate, or destiny, or from an objective manner. Don't let your emotions get so caught up in this, you know. Don't let them get so caught up, because at the end of the day, you're going to have the opportunity to rebuild. But I feel like the longer you resist it, the worse the fall is going to be. Does that make sense? So it's time to kind of just like let go of that for a minute, and then you'll be given the opportunity to rebuild everything and rebuild it with a stronger foundation. You know what I mean? Like it's all working for the best, but I know that you don't see that because you're so living in the moment and like in the physical and freaking out, and your emotions are all over the place, so you don't see it right now. But when it all passes and you look back, and in hindsight, you'll see why it was supposed to go down the way that it was supposed to go down. Does that make sense to you? So there's that. What else can we say for Libra? What else can we say for Libra the week of July 1st? What can we say for Libra the week of July 1st? The Sun, yeah. The Sun. Everything is going to be fine. You know, take that leap of faith. Let things fall down, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. There's honestly light at the end of the tunnel. And I feel like this also talks about how the sun is shining down on everything that has been hiding. This is going to be shining down on, you know, your dark thoughts, or on anything that is below the surface, and you're going to be able to pick apart everything and see it for what it is. I mean, Seven of Cups reversed, okay? This is a clarity. Queen of Swords, perceptive, like being perceptive, being incredibly perceptive. Like, you are going to be able to see everything clearly, but you just have to like surrender to everything right now. Does that kind of make sense to you, Libra? There is clarity once you stop resisting to the Tower. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, if you look here, like, they're literally, you know, making cloth. They're doing something. They're weaving something, you know. It's a new life. It's a new age. It's a new dawn. There's so much clarity. Like, the fog is lifting. You're going to be able to see, like, this is your card, Libra card, okay? This is the Queen of Swords. This can also be Libra. It can also be Aquarius. It could be dealing with an Aquarius. But this is a time to step away from your lack of objectivity. This is a time to step away from your subjectivity, and to look at things from a more analytical, strategic sort of way. What I imagine is someone You know, like how in the medieval days they had like the maps on the table, like those huge maps, and they would like, you know, do the little like, what is that shit called? Like they would have like the little figurines or whatever, and like, you know, place everything and like have their tents and stuff, like the little. Anyways, that's what I see it is like you have to see the bigger picture. You need to be looking at the bigger picture right now, Libra. You have to see the strategy. You have to trust the strategy, okay? So that's what I have for you. I'm going to pull some oracle cards for my Spirit Oracle deck, and then we'll be on our way, okay? All right, Libra. Listen, I feel for you, and I know that it's not easy, but it's everyone is going through their tower moment. Everyone is. So you're not the only one. You're not alone. You will get through this. You absolutely will get through this. Alrighty. What message? Yo, every time. Every time. Oh my goodness. Oh, God. Okay. The abundant universe will provide. 10. Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. So some of you might really be doubting, like, what you're going to be getting out of this. If you're going to be as abundant as you were here. You know, building that foundation. Working really hard. Right? You're going to be doubting. You're going to be doubting. And I feel that what this is saying is like, yo, just trust it. Just trust the process. Trust everything that's going down. Trust this tower moment. Trust it. Trust it. Trust. You have to have trust. You have to have faith. And when you do, you will see. Once everything is over, you will see like, oh, damn. Like, you know, yo, the universe was right. Yo, Spirit was right. Like, damn, you know, I see it now. I see. I see everything. You know, the Queen of Swords to me is someone who has gone through a lot of shit. Okay? When this queen was young... Sorry. That was so dramatic. When the queen was young... When she was a young girl, she was not always the powerhouse that she is now. She was very insecure, and she was picked on a lot, and she was very soft and vulnerable, and that's why she's so hard now, and that's why she has such a hard exterior now. Right? But she still cares. She still has a heart. And you have to grow from that insecurity. You have to grow from this extreme emotional imbalance and tumult. You have to. Otherwise, you just stay like the Libra or like Justice card reverse, completely imbalanced, not knowing what decision to make, not objective at all, not taking into consideration the long-term effects of your actions. There are times when it's good to be emotional, and there are times when it's good to be logical. Right now, it's one of those times where you have to be logical and you have to shut out your emotions for a minute. You have to set them aside for a minute so that you can make the best decision for yourself. All right, what else for Libra? What messages does Libra need to hear right now? Open to infinite possibility. Yeah. Yeah, you think that the world is like out to get you, and you know that you know there's just so much opposition, and you're feeling really discouraged, and like you're not going to be able to make it through all of this change and all of these obstacles. But yo, like you have it all. Like, go through this tower moment and you will see what you have. You will see that you have gold right under your feet. Like, the universe will provide this shit for you. Absolutely. It will provide that. You don't see it. You don't see it. Look, life is a mystery. You're not supposed to be able to foresee everything. You know what I mean? You just have to trust. You have to trust. There are just some things that are just a bit unpredictable, and you have to be okay with that. And you have to just accept it and go with it. Okay? Libra, I love you. I will talk to you next week. If it resonates with you, please let me know in the comments down below. And I will talk to you soon, okay? Love you.